John Blasey and his incredible works of art are making their way from his Parma workshop to all parts of the country.
While it's liquid, I run it through a curing chamber like this.
John has invented and perfected a way to make what he calls dichrolam. It's glass that splits light into ever-changing colors and patterns. It's like a combination prism, hologram, and kaleidoscope.
The change at the different angle of view is because of the line of sight distance going through those micro layers increases. And if I explain any further, your heads would explode.
The glass can be used in works of art, like this stunning piece commissioned for a library near Youngstown. But most often, the glass is used as part of the design and architecture of buildings and public spaces. The bars here at Pickwick and Frolic in downtown Cleveland are some of the first and best examples of John's creativity.
This is like a running river. If you see how this bar curves throughout Kevin's, it's very flowing, it's romantic, it moves just gently with your eye.
John also designed the glass panels installed at the new Medina County Library.
And I think it really does create a very dramatic effect through the building, as I said, as the course of the day when it changes color and reflects on different areas.
And it cuts like that.
Because John is the only person in the world making this glass, his formulas and methods are top secret.
My invention is coming up with this cool textured effect, which no one else is doing. I have trade secret information on that.
Blasey's creations adorn fancy buildings in New York, Atlanta, North Carolina, Tampa, Oklahoma City. His favorites are in children's hospitals.
It's the perfect example of color therapy. And you've got pure color, not dulled by pigments, but it's actually saturated color effects because of the prism effect.
And from his little Parma workshop, John Blasey may soon hit the biggest of the big time. He's in the running to create the glass for the new World Trade Center Freedom Tower in New York City. In Parma, I'm Dick Russ, Channel 3 News.
Good evening, I'm Ramona Robinson. Two snowplow drivers became heroes after rescuing a couple from their home after it exploded. Tonight, we've just learned one of the homeowners did not survive. Channel 3's Jeff Maynard joins me now live from Eastlake with the latest on this story.
Yes, Ramona, 86-year-old Alice Pitchler succumbed to her extensive injuries at Metro Hospital this afternoon. Her husband Frank is there in serious condition. Last night, their house stood behind me. And there they were surrounded by what was an awesome force. This was Frank and Alice Pitchler's home on Lake Erie just before 9:30 last night. A moment later, the house had been blown to bits.
A house just blew up across the street.
The house blew up across the street.
All my windows are busted, but the house across the street is completely destroyed.
Frank and Alice Pitchler, both 86, were trapped in the rubble. A guy driving by saw this, pulled over, and heard a man's voice.
Once I heard the guy's voice, I just took off. That was, I knew there was somebody alive in there. He was telling us to hurry up and get him out because he was hot, because the flames were getting warm.
Mike and a buddy rescued Frank and Alice from the fire. Today, their son came to see the wreckage. Knowing his mother might not survive, he was still thankful.
Yes, the snowplow operators, they came back here. They helped get my parents out of here.
John's the fire chief in University Heights. He's seen scenes like this before.
It's a natural gas explosion from either the gas meter or gas line in the house.
Houses all around had major damage. Across the street, Brittany's husband and baby were sleeping.
They were laying in bed, and that's when the explosion happened. The windows came crashing out of the frame.
The guy who got the Pitchlers out says no hero here.
I would say I'd do it for anybody, and I would hope someone would do that for my family if I was in that situation.
And today, 14 hours after the explosion, searchers found the Pitchlers' dog in the debris unhurt. Again, Alice Pitchler died at Metro Hospital this afternoon. Her husband Frank in serious condition. Their son John, the fire chief from University Heights, in spite of his grief this afternoon, wanted to be sure to thank those snowplow guys, the safety forces, everybody who did all they could to help his mother and father.